Let's swing it over. Last team of the division here, the Washington Redskins. Before we start and digging in, 2020 Fantasy Football Almanac and Draft Guide. Check it out in the link below. Better sleepers, math driven, a lot of proof. You can see the reviews if you check it on Amazon. People that buy the book, they buy it every single year because they win their leagues. And if you're worried about the 2020 season, once again, everybody, you can buy the book, sign up for the free updates, and if the 2020 season gets canceled because of this situation that we're dealing with, then I will give you the PDF copy of 2021 for free. But the season has to get canceled, okay? That's the deal. Okay, so the Washington Redskins, look, Daniel Snyder has made a history of hiring yes men, the wrong people at general manager. Bruce Allen, Vinny Serrato were the two big ones in his regime. Both were yes men. Both were shameless job protectors. I'm a big believer in my life as an industry titan, as an executive, business executive, and all that stuff. My feeling has always been that you get dissent, you get differing opinions, so that you can find a consensus and make the best decision moving forward. The Redskins are a yes man organization, and that's why they fail. That's my opinion. Now they get rid of that. They wipe house, and they get Del Rio in, and he's basically running the organization as a head coach. I'm sorry, not Del Rio. I apologize. It's for some reason I got the defensive coordinator name on my head. It's Ron Rivera is taking over for head coach. Del Rio is running that defense. Two great defensive coordinators. I think that this team is going to be better, but they also have some holes. What do you think about the Redskins, Brad?
I don't think it's going to be all that great, man. I mean, I don't have a lot of excitement. I mean, do you?
No.
Yeah.
And having followed this team for over 25 years at this point, I got to say this is the worst crop of skill players I have seen this roster put together.
Yeah.
There have been some lean years, maybe since the late 90s. I mean, this is bad. Because say Dwayne Haskins, which I think jury's still out on him, to be fair, but I don't see him as an NFL quarterback this season. But I said jury's still out. I just don't think Daniel Jones, frankly, I would rather have him. I'm just calling it like it is.
Yeah.
Darius Geis, Adrian Peterson at running back, really. Terry McLaurin, he's the one bright spot, and outside of Washington, very few people, and maybe fantasy football circles like daily fantasy people don't really know who he is. He's the one bright spot there. You got Kelvin Harmon, Trey Quinn, Jordan Reed's gone. You get Jeremy Sprinkle. I mean, this is the worst skill personnel in the division by far.
Yeah. It's not going to be great for them.
Yeah, the Giants' skill personnel put them in the dust, and don't even get me started on the Eagles and Cowboys. They were just light years ahead. Offensive line depth, fleeting. Now, the defense is actually fairly well stocked, the defensive line, and this is going to be a defensive-minded organization. They have to be. They have to win the games with defense. Am I excited about it this season, 2020? No, but I think Rivera and Del Rio will get things going. I think that this year, I'm going to give you a fearless prediction that this year there'll be a top 12 defense, statistically, probably a top 10 when all things are said and done if they play the full 16. And if they don't, then if they don't play the full 16, who knows? Because we need to see some acclimation. But this team and adding possibly the best defensive end in Chase Young in a decade, 2 decades, something like that, is going to be a better team. A couple years from now, there'll be a top 5 defense, I think, with this coaching staff. So I think things are looking up, but they're not going to be super exciting to watch.
Right.
I mean, I'm just not excited about them. You look at who they added. You add like Darby, you add Peyton Barber at running back, Kyle Allen, who should be the backup, but he's insurance in case Dwayne Haskins can't get it together. Kendall Fuller, who, by the way, they traded away for Alex Smith and they signed back for big money. Losses, you could make the argument they lost more than they gained. It's a weird organization. The cabinet is bare because Bruce Allen was awful. And Dan Snyder, I don't think he has it within him to hire people who can say no to him, or at least, he just puts his faith in the wrong people. If you're an apologist for Dan Snyder, that's what you would say. For me, I think he's just somebody. He's not. Who's the owner over there in New England? I need more coffee today, man. I'm missing things all over the case, or all over the thing.
What is his name?
I don't know. Anyway, New England owner. The reason Kraft, yeah, Bob Kraft, man. Like, you think Bill Belichick is worried about Bob Kraft saying no to Bob Kraft? I mean, you got to let your football people be football people. Bruce Allen was a piece of crap. He's just basically a petrified turd in a suit. I don't know, man. Washington's they're gonna have some lean years. They're gonna have some lean years.
Petrified turd in a suit.
Yeah, he is.
Damn, that was brilliant.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But it's
Thank
true. Yeah, it's they're going to be some lean years in Washington, and there's no reason they had to be this bad. But things are looking up with Rivera. But Brad, over and under 5.5 wins for Washington.
I'm gonna go under with that as well, man. I think that the Eagles feast that division and get a lot of wins. To be honest, I think the Giants do better than we expected. Well, maybe not. Either way, the Washington Redskins not gonna be great, brother. Under.
For me, this is tough because five wins is so low, and we were just talking about the Giants. Like Giants could be an exciting 6-10 team. I just don't think this is now. This is the organization is going to get better, and you can't ignore defense. And the defense is going to be a lot better. And this defensive line, I mean, this defensive line has talent. So don't get me wrong here, but just the offense. I don't believe that Dwayne Haskins is a 6-win quarterback, and it looks like he's going to get the starting job. We'll see what happens with Kyle Allen. If Dwayne Haskins opens the season as a starter, I'm going to go on the under as well, and that's my pick that I'm going to make here. But gosh, man, 6 wins with a good defense, that's doable. It's doable, but I'm going to go on the under as my pick. Washington fans, I'm sorry, but you know how it is, man. Dan Snyder really has just basically driven this franchise into the ground. It's kind of disgusting what he's done, in my opinion. So I'm not a Dan Snyder apologist.
No, you're not.
No, he's driven me crazy for since the late '90s. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I think we put the pin in it there. Next week, we should be talking about. Oh man, next week we should be talking about AFC North with the Steelers and the Ravens and the Browns and the Bengals. That's a fun division to talk about. A lot of polarizing stuff there. Can't wait. Everybody, once again, 2020 Fantasy Football Almanac and Draft Guide. Check the link below. Brad, you have a great week, man. Stay healthy out there.
You as well, my man. Talking a bit.
Yeah, everybody go out, make some bets, get paid.